How is it going, everybody? My name is, of course, Firebrand. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to the Hell Let Loose Vietnam trailer. This is almost a dream come true, and yes, I know this trailer's been out for a hot minute, but I really just wanted to react to it for you guys. I am really into the Vietnam War and the history surrounding said war. My grandfather fought in the war, and I really just love researching and discovering more history about the Vietnam War. I have a very small history of Vietnam War FPS games. You guys have seen the well, you may have seen the Medal of Honor. Wow, the Men of Valor playthrough I did on the channel, where I kind of played through a rather obscure and a kind of janky Vietnam War FPS from about 20 years ago. I have a very small amount of time in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. Really nothing even to speak of, honestly. I have maybe like 8 hours played on that game in total. I'm like level 20 something on Epic Games, and on Steam I don't think I've even leveled up at all. I don't play the game that much, but I figured we would go ahead and react to Hell Let Loose Vietnam because I've been wanting a Vietnam War FPS multiplayer game for fucking God knows how long. Okay, so I have Vietnam or military Actually, what the fuck is that game case at? 'Cause I have it down here. If there's I have military conflict Vietnam right here. I've had this game for not even like 3 months. I picked that up for the OG Xbox like a week after I fucking bought the thing, and I have had a blast playing through that game. I'm really hoping this can give me the feeling of Hell Let Loose with the gameplay of Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. Let's watch this fucking thing.
Product not yet rated.
Didn't figure it would be. Oh, those Hueys. Those fucking Hueys in 1965. Okay, so this would be about the Battle of Ia Drang, I believe. About that time period. That A1 M16 is beautiful. Oh, the PBR boat. Okay, let me shut the fuck up, or at least try to. M60 with... What the fuck was that? That PBR boat's fucking gorgeous. Those twin 50s, god, that's beautiful. I saw an RPD right there, too. Was that a Type 56 or was that an AKM? I couldn't tell. Napalm? Gorgeous fucking visuals. God damn, those are gorgeous visuals. Holy shit, dude. That's a Type 56, 100%. Oh my god, it looks so fucking good. Okay, and since I'm a Vietnam War weapon nerd, I love all things to do with Vietnam War weaponry. Let's see if I can't figure out what some of these fucking guns are. Okay, so it starts in 65. We saw, and let's actually see if we can get to the little clip right here. So we see, and what I would assume to be technically for the time period, I believe this would be either a Colt 604, a Colt Model 604, or just like a base model M16. I don't believe this would not be an M16A1 at the time. The M16A1s weren't fully adopted by the military until 1969, I want to say. The only other thing this could be is an M16E1, which for all intents and purposes is just basically the military experimenting with some changes to the Colt 604 M16 to see if they, are worth warranting the change. I feel like they should really kind of have more M14s here, depending on what kind of unit this is. The M14 was still the standard issue rifle of the U.S. military up until 1969. So I'm actually a little surprised we didn't see any M14s. Now, granted, this is just a trailer. We're probably going to see a lot of shit change from the time between this and when Vietnam releases, and I think it's at 2026. So they'll probably have time to work on historical accuracy, and we do see a fuck ton of M60s, which is very accurate. That the M60 was adopted, I want to say the M60 was adopted either in the late 50s to the early 1960s. I don't remember the exact year it was, but it's been in service since at least 57, 58, somewhere in that range. A PBR boat with, of course, twin 50 cal Brownie M2 heavy machine guns. Beautiful fucking guns. What can I say? Okay, so it's right here. I can't tell what this dude has. It's probably an M16 if I had to go on a limb and say what it is. Possibly something like a grease gun or a Thompson, but I would go on a limb and take a guesstimate and say it's an M16. I don't feel like they would have like a one-off Thompson or a grease gun here. Thompsons and grease guns were used in the Vietnam War, but they saw waning popularity and use by the time that this war rolled around. This guy right here, oh fuck, we can't see what he's using. Some more views of some twin 50s. And this right here, I don't know exactly the designation of what this mortar would be. I'm not very knowledgeable on mortar. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my forte. This, however, is, I believe, an RPD. This is either an RPD or an RP-46. I'm pretty yeah, this is an RPD. It's the only thing it could be. RPDs were used by the Soviet Union and its allies and used in proxy wars for fucking years. They're still used to this day by dozens of countries around the world that are still developing, and it fires 7.62 by 39. I should also probably note that the M16 fires 5.56 by 45, and the M60 fires 7.62 NATO. So yeah, this back here, it's a little blurry, but I think this barrel's a little too short to be a fucking RPD. I think this is some form of fixed stock AK. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this is a Norinco Type 56. That's just what my guesstimate on that one is. We do see several Type 56s later on in this trailer, so gonna go on a limb and say this right here is a Type 56. I don't think we see any actual AKMs here. Yeah, right here we get a beautiful fucking view of an M60, and what the fuck is that? That's not an that's not a fucking M16. This is either an M1 carbine or an M14. I can't tell from this far away. This grass blade is kind of blocking the barrel, but from this angle, it looks a lot like an M14, but I feel like the M14 should be a little bit bigger. Who knows though? This dude right here, I think he has an M14 as well, if that's what that is. If it's not, I have no fucking idea what that one is. Oh no, that's an M16. I see the carry handle right there. Yeah, that's an M16. This, what the fuck was that? I'm curious. I'm pretty fucking sure that's an M14. Okay, so we've seen one M14. I like it. I like it. I like it. I do like it. Okay, that puts my M14 worry to rest. That's, yeah, no, that was 100% an M14. And we see some M60s on the PBR boats. Very common secondary weapon for PBR boats at the time. Right here, other than Homeboy getting absolutely fucking deleted right there by whatever the fuck he got hit by. So this is an RPG-2. This is not an RPG-7, I don't believe. Let me actually do a little bit of quick research here. Yeah, this is an RPG-2, 100%. Like, if you compare this to what that looks like, that's a fucking RPG-2, 100%. Compared to the RPG-7, which looks well, not completely different, but it looks different enough to, like, know that that's a fucking RPG-2. This is an SKS, 100%. The SKS is one of the most well-known weapons the Viet Cong and the NVA fielded during the Vietnam War. Lesser so to the extent on the NVA side, but the Viet Cong made heavy use of this semi-automatic carbine right here. And it is, this actually might be the, what, didn't the, no, this is an SKS. The SKSs were never single fire. Does this dude have a grenade launcher? Okay, that's kind of, that's a little, okay, whoa, hold the fuck up here. So, wait, this rifle is, no, this is an M16A1, I think. Yeah, yeah, no, that's an M16A1, 100%. There's nothing else it could be. Okay, so, brief little history of the Colt M16A1 and the original M16. The M16 was adopted in 64, from everything I've been able to find, it did not have the forward assist when it was first adopted. That didn't come along until the XM16E1, and then actually we can just go ahead and search it up. Being honest, if I can actually fucking spell right, M16. So this is the M16A2 right here. This is not the fucking IMFDB, because they're beautiful. There's a fucking... There it is. Fuck you. Okay, let's see if we can't find this beautiful gun right here. So this is the M16 with the 20-round mag. The M16s... Well, this is an SP1, but... Yeah. Fucking 30 pages of shit it's been in. So yeah, the forward assist didn't show up until the XM16E1 did in the mid to late 60s, and then of course the M16A1 fully adopted the changes made by the XM16E1. So this would either have to be an XM16E1 or an M16A1 in an anachronistic form, especially with this fucking grenade launcher. The grenade launcher, we'll get to the mag here in a second, but the grenade launcher, to my knowledge, the grenade launcher on this thing wasn't particularly fielded until 69, which would be about 4 years after 1965, of course. And apparently, since this trailer takes place in 65, this gun is about 4 years too early, unless this is a trial unit or some shit. So I don't know how accurate this would be. I can tell you right the fuck now, though, that the mag in this thing would not be a fucking 30-rounder. This would be a 20-rounder. I don't like seeing the 30-rounders, I'm going to be real. I kind of hope that that's kind of just like a fucking goof that they had for the trailer and not how it's going to be in game. Now, yes, it's really cool having... Now, yeah, it's awesome having 30 rounds in your mag, but that's not what the guys in Vietnam had. More often than not, unless they were purchased like stateside or some shit and then shipped over to Vietnam in a care package or some shit, or like locally purchased by whoever's using said rifle, you would not see fucking 30-round mags. You would see 20-round mags all the fucking time. 20-round mags were the most common mag of the war. But 30-rounders were extraordinarily rare in the Vietnam War from all the research I've done. Which is why I'm very confused as to why we're seeing 30-rounders in all of these M16A1s. Now, yes, 30-rounder M16A1s are one of the most common gun images of all time. Everyone knows what a fucking M16A1 with a 30-round mag looks like. It's not accurate for the time period in the Vietnam War. This is another Type 56 with what looks like a full stock, which is fucking gorgeous. I really fucking hope... Okay, yeah, no, it is a full stock. I see that wood grain right there. I really fucking hope this thing is better than it was in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. I fucking hated this thing in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. I really didn't like a lot of the NVA and VC weapons early war in RS2. I did not like that fucking side. More Type 56s and SKSs. Burned out tank that I don't know the exact designation of. We see another M60 right here with what appears to be a... Oh, fuck. What the fuck is that called? I know what this rifle is. I can't remember the name of it. It's a Winchester or a Remington. I want to say it's a Remington Model 700 or a Winchester Model 70. Let me correct myself real quick. Be nice if I could fucking type right, goddamn. Okay, yeah, Winchester Model 70. So yeah, this is either a Winchester Model 70 or a Remington Model 700. From all the knowledge I've been able to find online, both were heavily used in the Vietnam War by snipers in the Marine Corps and the Army. We have old boy right here sneaking up with a... Okay, so... If you're someone who's going like, what the hell is a Type 56 versus an AKM? So the Type 56 is a Chinese licensed copy of the Russian AKM. The AKM, of course, was introduced in, I want to say, 1953, and it was made until 74 when the AK-74 was introduced and adopted by the Russian Armed Forces at the time. The Type 56 was the Chinese equivalent of the AKM. Albeit with slightly different pieces to it. I believe the Type 56s had milled receivers instead of stamped receivers, I think at least. At least you don't see the AKM's ridged receiver on 56s. 56s either have what am I trying to say here? They have either a different stamping process or they're just straight up milled. One of the biggest fucking differences you'll see in AKMs versus 56s. On the 56, the front end is extremely different. You have a hooded front sight on 56s. You will not see any AKM variant unless it is personally modified with a hooded front sight. And this pig sticker bayonet right here, this is, I want to say, exclusive to the 56s on the AKs. I don't think I've seen any other AK model have a pig sticker bayonet like this. I think this is exclusive to the Type 56. You, of course, have... What the fuck was that right there? Wait, what the hell was that? Okay, that was just a first-person view of the AK. This is, of course, the M68 that is technically anachronistic. That is a bloop tube right there. That's a thumper. We're an M79. What do you fucking call it? That is the standard issue grenade launcher of the U.S. military during the Vietnam War. And you will, if you search up SOG Team M79, you will find a fuck ton of these things chopped down with a short-ass barrel as sawn off stock, and they look badass as fuck. I really hope we have some elements of McAvee's SOG in here, especially with the Tiger Stripe camo and the Car 15s. That would be chef's kiss perfection. I would fucking love that. You would not get me off that fucking site with those XM177s and the Gal 5A/A's. There's that RPG2 again. Well, at least I fucking like the Type 56 sights in this game. That's one of the reasons I don't like that shit in Racing Storm 2. They have horrible fucking sights in that game. Looks like they have at least decent sights in this game. Hell let loose of Vietnam, because they're fucking gorgeous. Coming 2026, because they're absolutely fucking gorgeous. I wonder if this is going to be developed by Team 17 or if this is going to be from a different studio. But I do believe that's going to go ahead and just about do it for this video, y'all. So if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more like it, make sure you hit that like button. Maybe comment what you want me to react to next, whether it be a trailer, a video, you name it, I'll react to it. But yeah, until next time, guys, I will see you later. Firebrand out. Later, y'all.